Hey, this is Danielle, founder and CEO of Black Business Boom, and I am here with Dr. Tazia Shorter, who is the founder of the Carrie Mae Williams Center. And I'm really excited to hear about what's going on with the Carrie Mae Williams Center and all of the big things that I know you guys have coming up that we want to tell everybody about. How are you, Tasia?
I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am fantastic. Or should I say, Dr. Shorter? I am super excited to have you. Now, tell us for everyone who is listening, what is the Carrie Mae Williams Center?
So, the Carrie Mae Williams Center is the safe space for poor African Americans in our community, point blank, period. It is the place where we are going to come together and heal our families. It is all about supporting our kids who've experienced trauma and making sure that we are fostering resilience in them so that they can be able to bounce back and be the best version of themselves. But we also know that we can't just get the kids. We have to also support their parents
Mm.
as well because they didn't develop, these behavior deficits or these social deficits or these academic deficits by themselves. It came from their home environment. So we're not only going to build resilience in the kids, but we're also going to increase the emotional intelligence of their parents as well.
That's amazing and such important work that you're doing. Now, what inspired you to get started with the Carrie Mae Williams Center?
Well, I am a survivor of adverse childhood experiences. When
Mm.
you do, if you do the research on the original study done by Kaiser Permanente, the highest score you can get is a 10. Well, when I do mine, I'm actually a 10. And I didn't get like professional help throughout my childhood or like in even in high school or anything like that. So I kind of just suffered through and didn't even realize that I had problems until I got to college. And so I began to start working with therapists in college. And eventually, I started working on rehabilitating myself and realizing that the work goes far beyond that, especially when I became a professional. And so I noticed that there were a lot of social deficits that I had as a professional that I really needed to, get up on in order to be able to be successful. And so I started doing the studies and applying a lot of the knowledge to my own healing. And it has gotten me to the point now where I've gone from being like this awkward black girl who was really not able to articulate herself emotionally or socially to now I'm Dr. Shorter and I'm able to get out here and teach other people about how to not only heal themselves but also teach different organizations about having trauma informed policies and just doing that work on all levels. So it's
That's
been a really good ride for me.
I love to hear it. That is so important to kind of know the background. And a lot of times people will kind of say, like, what makes you qualified to do this work? And we know you are qualified to do this work because you've worked through it on, for yourself. And
Hmm.
that's what a lot of us need to know in our community. We kind of want to know, like, have you been through something? Because you can't tell me nothing if you ain't been through nothing. And so, a lot of times that's the pushback that we'll see. But I
Hmm.
love, and of course, people can teach you things whether they've been through it or not. But I love to hear that you had your own growth story and your own
Hmm.
path to get to where you are, and it's truly inspiring to hear about your childhood and see that you kept pushing, and now you are a doctor and you are running things like that is amazing. And that's what the type of stories that our kids need to hear. Now, tell me about the name, the Carrie Mae Williams Center.
So Carrie Mae Williams is my great grandmother, and she was my safe space in my childhood as I was experiencing what I was experiencing. I don't know if she knew what I was going through, but she was the stability. She was the happiness. She was the joy. She was the nurturing. She was all of those things that any developing child needs. in order to be able to just relate to people, period, in this world. And so it was only right to create when I to create this space and name it after her, because I became that safe space for people. Like, even when I was young, I can remember just being on a block and everybody wanted to be in my house because I was like the mama. So I
Yeah.
kind of took after her in that sense, and I had to definitely honor her in that way.
I love it. That is amazing. So, I want to know how we can support May's House Learning Academy, because I think that is such an important and amazing initiative. So, tell us about May's House and how we can support your mission.
So currently, right now, we are in the very beginning stages of building May's house, and so we need a solid location. We need a location that can be tailored to the needs of the kids. So it's called May's house. So preferably, we are looking for something that has a homey feel to it, so our kids who don't necessarily get to experience what it's like to grow up in a home can come to a house and see what that feels like, and receive those wraparound services.
Here in the Nashville area, right?
Yes, here in the Nashville area. We can also be supported by visiting our GoFundMe page and, giving whatever you have to give, because this is a big mission that we're taking on. We're bringing in highly qualified educators. We're bringing in certified mental health care providers. We're bringing in entrepreneurs who are artists who can teach these kids how to, have a trade that they can use to then become their own entrepreneurs. We are like really taking on a big task here, but it's very possible because since I stated that this is something that I wanted to do, I have really been receiving a lot of support from people who have some serious credentials. So I'm very excited. And so being able to come on here and talk to you and
Yes.
people making moves is, yeah.
I love it. This is amazing. Again, the work that you're doing is so amazing. Now, the GoFundMe is up, and if you go to follow the at Carrie Mae Williams CNTR on Instagram, also on Facebook, the Carrie Mae Williams Center, and I'm sure Dr. Tasia Shorter wouldn't mind you sliding in her DMs if you need the
That's
information.
all right.
Well,
That's
yes, there are certain situations where it is okay to
it's
slide
okay.
in DM. And so get in touch, get that GoFundMe information. I'm going to make sure that it's posted with this so that the link is posted. It'll either be in the caption or in the comments.
Okay.
Go and give something to support the mission of Dr. Shorter and what she's trying to do for kids right here in the Nashville area. It takes a community, but it also takes a leader to step up and actually move us forward. So I'm really proud of you for being that leader, stepping in and doing the hard work that it's going to take to make this happen. But I know you're going to make it happen. So I'm really excited. Again, tell everyone the best way to get in touch with you.
So the best way to get in touch with me is either through Facebook on our business page or on Instagram. They're linked. So if you message me through either one, I'm going to automatically get the message and it comes right to my phone. If you want to visit our website, www.cmwilliamscntr.org, you can also go there and email us there as well.
Perfect. Make sure y'all follow up, get involved with this mission. If you do work with kids, I'm sure that
Yeah.
Dr. Shorter would love to hear from you and find ways to partner with you. Again, it takes a community, it takes us coming together to really affect change for the kids. And Lord knows, they need it. So, and they need positive spaces and positive role models. And that's exactly what what they're going to get. So I'm really excited. You all go and support, go follow right now so we can keep up with the journey,
Yes.
and make sure that you reach out to Dr. Tazia Shorter if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed learning about what you're doing, and I'm so excited about it.
Thank you. I enjoy sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We're going to support you as a community. Thanks again.